get out is to sit in the attic. It's too warm. We'll catch up with you later. Have a nice net. KCADUA.
All right, we'll do. I'm gonna put you down as in and out, anyways. Haha. And yeah, go sit outside where it's nice. See you later. KCADUA, NTAT.
The weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes. Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She's so excited when she says 1. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is W8WKY calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. My name is Dave. My personal call is NT8D, and I'll be your net control operator this evening using the club call W8WKY. We meet on this repeater every Tuesday night at 8 p.m., and we encourage all amateur radio operators to participate. This is a controlled net, and all traffic must pass through net control. And as always, priority or emergency traffic may break into this net at any time. Tonight we'll take some in and out traffic first, followed by regular check-ins, and we will have trivia from Eric. But before we start, just a couple of announcements. Let's see, we have our monthly meeting coming up on Thursday, May 16th. Food, a bunch of folks meet at Casa Nuestra. Actually, it's Nuestra Casa. It might be a couple other places, and we are at the Eagles in Rittman starting at 7 p.m. Let's see, there's going to be a Parks on POTA event. I think KD8SLG will fill us in later. I think that's going to be on June 1st. And he will also let us know how many sleeps we have until field day. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and take some in and out check-ins first. If you'd like to be in and out for the Club Tuesday Night Net, please call.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Victor Mike Whiskey, Jim in Barberton.
Whiskey November 8, Sierra Charlie India. I'll be in and out.
FA Certified Coaster, Martin Wadsworth, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, KAQKO, Nick and Akron, in and out.
Whiskey 8, Charlie Tango Mike, Carriot, Portage Lake, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Juliet, November Hotel, Doug and Ribbon, in and out.
I'm going to pick it up for a second. Had one collision. Other than that, very orderly bunch. I've got VMW, SCI, SFS, QKO, CTM, and JNH. Thank you all very much for checking in tonight. I think there may have been one missed one. If you'd come back, please.
November 8, Whiskey Sugar, Bill is 11, in and out.
So Bravo 8, Victor Hotel Mike, Tommy Green, in and out.
KE8RFK is Scott Medina. I'm a new guy around.
N8EI, Jason Norton, in and out.
All right, let me make sure I got everybody. I got Whiskey Sugar, I got Victor Hotel Mike, I got Romeo Foxtrot Kilo. Thank you for becoming a ham. And I got N8EI. Anybody else in and out?
Whiskey 2, Juliet Lima Sierra, John and Fairlawn, in and out. Have a good evening, Dave.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf, Brian and Norton, in and out. KF8G.
W8WKY.
All right, we had a W2JLS. It sounded like K8AMX. It sounded like you were there, Dick. A little scratchy, but Thanks for checking in, and we got KFAG. We got a nice group of in and outs. Thank you guys for joining us and saying hello this Tuesday evening. Hope to see you at the meeting. Anybody else for in and out? I thought that was K8AMX, but there's somebody else. I think I heard a Golf X-ray. You're just holding the repeater. A lot of static on your audio. If you would just phonetically repeat your call sign 2 or 3 times, I'll see if I can get all the letters. I'm going to put a question mark there, and we'll circle back. All right, let's open this up to regular check-ins. Those who would like to stick around, make a comment, say hi, answer the trivia question. Regular check-ins for the Tuesday night Sarah Club Net on the WAWKY. Please call.
Alpha 8, Charlie Sierra. This is Gary in Fairlawn.
Whiskey 8, Gulf Mike Fox. This is Double R Gary in Worcester. Kilo Echo 8, Whiskey Victor Victor, KE8WVV, Ethan in Manaway.
Please copy Kilo Echo 8, Uniform India Bravo, KE8 UIB, John in Massillon.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Echo 8, Victor, Quebec X-Ray, KE8 VQX, Joe in Akron.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Delta 8, Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG, Nick in Orville.
Kilo 8, Papa Julie Whiskey, K8,
Alpha
HAW,
Romeo Bravo, KE8 ARB, Brandon in Manaway.
This is WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, John in Cuyahoga Falls.
Kilo Charlie 8, Hotel Delta Papa, KC8 HDP, Jerry in Shreve.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, Tom in Canton.
W8WKY, this is KG4SCK in Copley.
W8KY, this is KE8VZA, Eric in Strongsville.
All right, I'm going to pick it up. Gosh, that was more orderly than a military parade. IAACS, W8GMF, K8WVV, KE8UIB, KE8VQX, KD8SLG, K8PJW, KE8ARB, WO3X, KC8HDP, K8MNT, KG4SCK, KE8VZA. Anybody else? While we're doing the first round of check-ins, please call now.
KC8YSO, Andy Medina.
WHRF, Josh.
N8ZXB, John, mobile, in and out. November 8, Zulu X-ray, Bravo, in and out.
KC8YSO, Andy Medina.
All right, we added YFO, HRF, YSO, and John, thanks for your in and out, and 8ZXB will get you on the log as well. All right, with that, let me ask, before we pick up Eric's trivia question, do we have any additional announcements for the club tonight? Please call.
W8HRF.
W8HRF, please go ahead.
All right, this is W8HRF. I switched over to Echolink here. The announcement, mentioned POTA coming up on June 1st. Looking forward to that. If anybody is interested in participating, we'd love to have you. Come on out. It'll be at Portage Lakes, at the Walker Shelter at Old State Park. We'll be there from noon to 4. If you're interested in bringing out a radio, feel free. If not, stop by. Setup will be around 11 a.m. And we've actually got a couple of clubs in the area interested in activating adjacent parks. So that's pretty cool. So hopefully that'll increase the activity. If you're a member of a club who would be interested in activating another park, feel free to let them know about the event. And there's plenty of parks around here in Northeast Ohio to activate, and be cool to get a bunch of clubs on the air on June 1st. But like I said, if you're interested in coming out, stop by. We'll be looking for help with setup, with teardown, with manning radios, and it should be a really good time. Anyways, I think that's everything. Nick will fill in if I forgot anything. This is W8HRF, back to net control. Thanks, Dave.
All right, Josh, thanks for your announcement. Thanks for all the details. We will be coming back to you for your answer to Eric's trivia question. Any other announcements for the club tonight? All right, nothing heard. Let's head over to Eric, W8ELM. I always anticipate your trivia questions on Tuesdays. So please, again.
W8WKY from W8ELM. Good evening to everybody. Bit of a history question for tonight. Shortly after Captain Meriwether Lewis and his crew left on their famous expedition to explore the American West, they landed on Bruneau's Island in the Ohio River. There, during a weapons demonstration, an accident occurred that wounded a young woman onlooker. Your question for tonight, the accident involved which of the following weapons? A Alpha, a Tomahawk, B Bravo, an Atlatl, C Charlie, a Bowie knife, D Delta, a flintlock pistol, or E Echo, an air rifle. Shortly after Captain Meriwether Lewis and his crew left on their famous expedition to explore the American West, they landed on Bruneau's Island in the Ohio River. There, during a weapons demonstration, an accident occurred that wounded a young woman onlooker. The question? The accident involved which of the following weapons? A, a tomahawk. B, an atlatl. C, a bowie knife. D, a flintlock pistol. E, an air rifle. Thanks for running the net, Dave. Back to you. This is WADLM.
All right there, Eric. Thank you. That's an interesting question. I'll save my answer till later. I'll tell you, one of the things that is informing me, rightly or wrongly, for what I know, is when I was out in Casper, Wyoming, I went to the Oregon Trail Museum twice while I was there, basically because there's not a whole lot to do in Casper, Wyoming. But it was really a very nicely done museum, and imagining what it would have been like to be those folks traveling along those trails was rather sobering, actually. So if you ever get a chance to catch the Oregon Trail Museum, it's definitely worth a stop in there. It's right next to one of the old Pony Express stations that still exists out there. All right, Gary, AA8CS. Gary, you're so renowned in this club. To have you as the first check-in just makes so much sense to me. What do you have for us tonight? Good information and answer to Eric's trivia.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Yeah, it's me. All right, thanks for that, Dave. I appreciate it. You know what? Eric is just a master of all trades. He's not a jack of all trades. He's a master of all trades. He has all the questions and the answers. Yeah, that's what makes him special. Anyway, tomahawk, bowie knife, flintlock. I mean, those are all things that would have happened, I think. Could have happened. Should have happened. Don't know if Clark was around when that happened. I'm assuming that this is Lewis and Clark. But anyway, the most unlikely of all of these choices has to be E. So will I pick that one? I don't know. I have to think about that for a second. Anyway, good to be here. It's been kind of a traumatic day for me, but things are getting back to normal. My children, I guess I should let everybody know, my mother-in-law passed yesterday. It might have been the day before yesterday. I'm not really sure, but it's been an interesting few days. The family was in from out of town, and we had all kinds of stuff going on in company and people here and just things. Anyway, things are starting to get back to normal. As I mentioned, my kids left this morning, so my wife and I sat around, looked at each other, and said, okay, now what do we do? Anyway, good to be here with everybody tonight, and I do want to thank Josh, W8HRF, for taking the initiative to put Sarah on the POTA map. Fabulous initiative there, and let's all get out and support them. Okay, I'm going to go with E. I'll do the air rifle thing. I think Eric's messing with us, as usual. With that, Dave, thanks for being here tonight, and enjoy the net. This is AA8CS, back to W8WKY.
All right there, Gary. well, I guess you got a little deja vu on the empty nest syndrome there. I don't quite get that yet. Actually, I sort of do because before I won custody of my daughter, she lived with her mother for about a year or two. Almost a year or two before I finally won custody, and the house was pretty empty. And now she's 22, so that was 16 years ago. And we're both looking for see what happens down the road here. Housing's expensive for these kids these days, though. I'm glad that my mortgage goes back 22 years. Otherwise, I probably couldn't afford it myself. All right, Gary, have a great night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being our Presidente, and we look forward to seeing you on the meeting night. Gary, RRWAGMF, good evening. And what do you have for us tonight? What's your answer for Eric's question?
Yeah, good evening. WAWKY on the net, WAGMF. Well, I don't have a lot of wisdom. It was a beautiful day, but potential for storms tonight, I hear. First of all, I give my condolences to Gary and his family. Always a rough time. So heartfelt condolences there, Gary. But at least one of those rare opportunities to get family together, it seems like sometimes. I'm not sure how far your kids are away, and I'm going to follow his example on the trivia question. There was a rumor today that the question is going to be asked differently, but I think I do remember that it was something weird, and B, I can't even pronounce and don't know what it is, so I'm going to go with E, an air rifle. I think it was an air rifle. I'm not sure, but I think. Of course, I don't think very well, Dave, so back to you, WAGMF.
That's all right. Guessing works too. You know, if you find somebody who runs into a burning building and saves somebody, or jumps into the lake and saves a drowning person, and you ask them what they were thinking, I guarantee you 10 out of 10 times they'll say I wasn't. So don't worry about not thinking. That ain't necessarily a bad thing. You have a great night, Gary. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you again soon, I hope. Ethan, KE8. I think it's KE8WVV. I wrote down K8, but we got you here, Ethan. What do you got for the Tuesday night net for us? This is W8WKY.
W8WKY, this is KE8WVV. Well, I remembered to check into the net, and that it was tonight. Instead of sitting in bed and then remembering and forgetting about it because it was too late. So I decided to come down here, check in to say hello to all of you out there. And I'm not doing a whole lot here. Sitting and watching a 3D print basically go in circles repeatedly until it gets done. And I did a little bit of printing myself yesterday. Printed some, modification parts to one of my crawlers. It put the battery in a better spot than what it was, and relocated the DSC and receiver for a little bit better wiring job. So I got that far, and it seems like it works pretty well, and I'm happy with it. So I'm going to keep that in the place that it is and figure out what else I can do. So I don't have much else going on here, so I'll hand it back to Ned. KE8WVV 73.
W8WKY.
All right there, Ethan. Well, it sounds like that 3D printing stuff is kind of fun. I think it'd be really interesting myself. And some of the high-end pianos are now putting carbon fiber parts into their actions. So they're looking forward to new technology there, but I did not hear an answer to the trivia question. Might have been me missing it, but let me get your answer to Eric's question, if I may.
KE8WVV, I definitely forgot about that part. I was going to say either a pistol or a tomahawk, but I think I'm leaning towards pistol. I think that's answer D, I think. Anyways, back to net. KE8WVV.
All right, we got you marked down for D Delta, Ethan. You have a terrific night. Thanks for being on the club net. Hope to see you soon. John, thank you for joining us. Maybe we'll catch you at the meeting as well. KE8UIB. Hope you got lots of nickels in the jar this week. Over to you.
NTAD from KE8UIB. Yes, sir, Dave. I will be at the meeting. I'll have the T-shirts for field day at the meeting. So I'm getting all that squared away and getting ready to run that job here soon. So that's the plan. Oh, the trivia question. I'm messaging back and forth with my mom and dad, and we're all going with D tonight, Delta. So that'll be our choice of the trivia question. I'd like to send my condolences out to Gary and his family, and just best wishes there. So with that, I hope everybody's enjoying their evening and stuff, and looks like the weather's rolling back a little bit. So hey, enjoy it while we can. With that, this is KE8UIB, living a $5 dream a nickel at a time. I'm going to hand this back over to Net Control. Thank you for running the net, Dave. 7-3, y'all.
Very good. Thanks for being here. Looking forward to seeing you. I did hear a key up there. Just want to double check, make sure there wasn't any important information. If there's a break, please go ahead. All right, just must have been a key. That's fine. KE8VQX. Joe, good evening. What do you have for the net tonight, and what do you think about Eric's question?
W8WKY, this is KE8VQX. Hello, Dave, and everyone else on the net. Been gone for a 4-day trip, and just got back about an hour and a half ago. Great to hear everybody. Warm and fuzzy, listening to everyone. Great to hear Stefan doing the newsline, or anchoring the newsline this evening. It's always great to hear him, too. Does a great job. As far as the trivia question goes, I'm a big air gun fan, especially 10-meter target. And the question and answer doesn't exactly ring a bell, more like makes a slight thunk in my head somewhere, but I'm going to go with E-Echo as well. Again, condolences also to Gary and his family, and that's going to be my answer, Dave. E-Echo. So this is KE8VQX, back to Net Control. Everyone have a great night.
All right, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. We got you marked down for Echo, and you have a safe night and a pleasant week. I'm barely catching into the barometer net this morning, but we at least got ourselves checked in, even if it was in and out. And for those of you who are on the net logger, I tried to sign it up as the Sarah Tuesday night net, but the computer filled it in with barometer net. So my apologies, but that's where you'll find it on NetLogger. KD8SLG, who logged in as Nick, but I know it's not Nick, because I know it's just Nick. KD8SLG, NTAD.
Oh, you said NTAD. You got to give UIB a nickel. W8WKY, this is KDSLG. Good evening, Dave. Using W8WKY. Everybody here on the net, great to be here. Let's see. We should probably start with trivia before I forget. I'm going to go with Echo. We'll go with Echo there. So So Echo for trivia. I'm going for air rifle as well. What else we got? Everything Josh said about the POTA event, and I'm gonna burn some burgers and dogs. That's what I'm gonna do. Josh is putting this together, so he doesn't know it, but he's auditioning for Field Day chairman next year. We got 45 sleeps until Field Day. That's my latest count. Don't hold me to that. And before I go, I've got tonight's haiku. Another club net. NT8D at the helm. Megs sailing again. This is KD8 SLG. Back to net control.
Oh, thank you, Nick. That was very nice of you. And remind me, I'll grab a nickel out of the car and pass it on over to John at the meeting. And Meg did make her first sale last week on the 2nd out at Fairport Harbor. It's supposed to be 8-mile-an-hour winds. It's more like 18. But it was fine. About the same weather is coming up tomorrow afternoon. I have to tune a piano in Mentor in the morning. So if anybody would feel like meeting me up at Fairport Harbor around noonish, I could hook the boat up to the car and haul it up to the piano tuning, and then just kind of mosey on over to the boat ramp. So if anybody wants to sail tomorrow, I will think about hitching up the boat. Call me at the end of the net if anybody thinks about it. Thanks a lot there, Nick. Hey, might head out tomorrow. It's supposed to be, again, 16 to 18-mile-an-hour winds. A little breezy, but I did it solo last week, so I can do it with 2 people. Have a great night. Thanks. Next, we'll get to our normal barometer net trivia person, Phil, K8PJW. This is W8WKY. Go ahead, Phil.
W8WKY, K8PJW here. Good evening, Dave, and good evening to all the netizens out there. Great to hear everyone. I think last week I followed our fearless meter, and we got it right, so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go with Echo on the trivia. Working my way down the honey-do list. We're doing some spring cleaning and furniture moving and that kind of stuff, so got to keep her happy, Anyway, hand it back to you, Dave. This is K8PJW. Back to the net.
All right there, Phil. Thanks very much. We'll listen for you tomorrow. Happy wife, happy life. I got my lawn mowed the other day on Sunday, so that worked out. No, it was Monday. Yeah, I got my lawn mowed on Monday. It needed it. The cat's not happy, but the birds are. Have a good one there, Phil. Let's see. Looks like I wrote down Brandon here. K8ARB. This is W8WKY. Join us for Tuesday night. What do you have for the net, and what do you have for Eric's trivia question?
W8WKY. This is KE8ARB. For Eric's trivia, we'll get this taken care of right out of the gate. I know the answer, and it was the atlatl. Those things are known to go flying off in a crowd and anger people, and that's what I'm saying the answer is. They're kind of a fun weapon. Don't let your kids get a hold of it. And I did want to jump on here and also comment about the park activation coming up. I am really looking forward to it. Josh is going to realize that, there's really not a whole lot to putting together a Parks on the Air activation, and I just, I tried to make it seem like it was a lot of work, but in all seriousness, it's great to hear that you guys are putting that together. I'm excited about it. I'll be coming. I've been promoting it within PCARS as well. John, WG8X, has a similar idea of getting as many clubs in as many parks on the air regionally at a time as he can on a particular day, and he's looking forward to this. So anyhow, it should be a lot of fun, and let me think if there's anything else. I don't think that there is. Condolences to Gary. I did want to say that. Sorry to hear about that, and never an easy thing. So, anyway, I better hand things back to Net. You can tune a guitar, you can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. This is KE8ARB, back to Net.
Au contraire, my friend. You can tune a fish, but only if it knows his scales. Thanks for joining us. Do appreciate it. See, now you got me double thinking my answer. But thanks for joining us. Have a great night. Looking forward to catching you soon. John, my favorite Pennsylvania accent, WO3X. Good evening, my friend. What do you have for us tonight? And hopefully we'll catch you out in the falls again soon. We're going to be back at the Jenks this summer. Over to you.
Yeah, good evening, Dave, and all on the net. This is WO3X, John in Cuyahoga Falls. Brunot Island there, well, my uncle, my mother's oldest brother, lived at 2954 Stafford Street. And up the top of Stafford Street, he had a garden. And even though the garden was southwest of the smokestack, see, Duquesne Light had a coal-fired electricity generation facility there on Brunot's Island, and so some of the ash or whatever would get in his garden. And he would grow these pumpkins. They were like 2 feet in diameter. So I guess that's one of the benefits of living or having a garden close to a coal-fired electric generation plant. Let's see. So the trivia question. Let's see. I'm going to go with the air rifle. That'd be E-Echo. Condolences to Gary and his family. And also, I heard Gary on the one of the 7QP QSO party stations. I made contacts with all 8 states and 30 different entities, which they do the state abbreviation followed by a 3-letter county abbreviation. So I got 30 of them. So with that, back to the net. W8WKY. This is WO3X.
All right there, John. Terrific. It sounds like you had a fun time playing ham radio. I did a little listening around the low bands, didn't do any transmitting this over the past couple of days, but I messed something up on one of my bank account number things, and so the government never got my tax payments, and they started sending me letters, and I was like, so Monday and Tuesday was all me straightening out something that truly was my own mistake, so I can't really get mad at anybody else but myself. But trying to do everything online instead of dealing with a human being just makes it a completely different experience. And as much as you have to deal with human beings, it's still preferential, I think, in many cases, to dealing with online computers. That'll be my opinion. Jerry from Shreve, KC8HDP. Good evening, my friend. Thanks for joining us on the Club Net tonight. This is W8WKY. What do you have for us?
Good evening, Dave, and good evening to everyone on the net. Thank you for doing the net this evening. A fine job as always. First off, I'd like to give my condolences to Gary, his wife, and their family. Sorry to hear that, and I say many condolences. I'm going to answer the trivia question. I also am going to go with Bravo. Before Brandon mentioned it, I was thinking that with the Addle, if you didn't know what you were doing and have a lot of practice with it, there's lots of ways that could go wrong. Last Friday evening, I visited the Maslin Amateur Radio Club's monthly club meeting. They had a really nice meeting. Got to see a lot of nice people and meet some people I didn't know before, and they had a nice program. And I would encourage everyone, if you can, visit some other clubs' meetings and see what they're up to and meet some great people. I'd also like to mention the weather this evening. The Storm Prediction Center says that the air mass remains moderately unstable and strongly sheared. This activity is expected to spread east-northeast this evening within an environment that is favorable for sustaining long-lived rotating updrafts, including the possibility for tornadoes. There was a confirmed tornado in Indiana by Emergency Management Agency on the Ohio border, and there is a tornado warning now in Ohio for Wood and Hancock counties. So be aware of the weather this evening and keep an eye on it. Don't have anything else, so I'm going to send things back to you, Dave. W8WKY and the net from KC at HDP 73.
All right, Jerry. Well, thank you very much for the weather updates. Much appreciated. Saw the Oklahoma got hit with a few, and there was a lot of damage, but I think the injuries were few. Always one of those things at this time of year you got to keep an eye on, and I think over the next several years, the eyes just need to be a little bit open, just a little wider. Again, thanks, much appreciated. Have a safe night, and we'll find out what this answer is. I'm really curious now. Tom, KA8MNT, maybe you can make me laugh and come to a decision on this answer. Over.
WAWKY, this is KA8MNT. Well, good evening, Dave, and everybody else on the net. Well, first off, Linda and I would like to send Gary and his family our condolences, and we are definitely sorry for your loss. Okay, let's see. I happen to know this story from history, and I happen to know that the answer would be E. Now, let me qualify that, because when they charged the air rifle, they were at the local BP station using the air pump. So there's the reasoning, and there's how they got it charged. And that's not really written down, but you can read between the lines to find that. Anyway, everything was going quiet today. We did go out and we had our 6-meter group breakfast this morning, and we solved all the world's problems completely and then created a heck of a lot more. So it was a very good breakfast, and we had a very, very good time. Okay, well, that's enough of my nonsense, I guess, for the evening. So I'm going to turn everything back over to Dave at W8WKY. This is KA8MNT.
W8WKY.
All right, Tom. Well, thanks for fixing everything today. Appreciate that. I can sleep better tonight, and we'll catch you on the barometer and listen for the results in the morning. Yeah, be careful with those air pumps. I tried to use one in the winter. It was a couple winters ago, and because of the rushing air and the cold and the slush and everything, something froze and it deflated my tire instead of inflated and caused a lot of problems. So that's when I decided to go out and just buy myself a tire inflator to keep in the car. And it's worked out much better ever since. So, yeah, don't blow up any balloons. Be careful. Thanks a lot. Have a great night. We'll catch you in the mornings. Let's see. We're going to head over to our morning middle, Mark, KG4SCK. Good evening, Mark. Thanks very much for joining us on the WAWKY ClubNet Tuesday evening. What do you have for us tonight?
WAWKY, KG4SCK. Hello, group. Not a lot. Condolences to Gary, AAHCS, and his family. And, well, last week I tried the great state of Oklahoma, and I realized that was just totally the wrong net. You know, I had fun doing it. I'm going to go with the majority, Eric, and say Echo. KG4SBK.
All right. Statistically, it looks like we're trending. We can run some statistical analysis on this on the end, maybe. Hi. All right. Thanks, Mark. We got you for Echo. Have a great night. Always nice to have you here, and looking forward to hopefully seeing you at the meeting coming up. See, Eric, KE8VZA, you're up next. It's WAWKY.
WAWKY in the group. This is KE8VZA. Thanks for running the net tonight, Dave. My condolences to Gary, his wife, and the rest of his family. It's never easy losing a loved one. Just wanted to say that NORS will also be participating in a POTA activity on June 1st in the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. We don't know where yet, but we're going to have a meeting Thursday, and we're going to figure that out. Somebody may already know, but it'll be publicized. Trivia, I'm going to go with Bravo. All those weapons sound like they could be a problem if not handled properly, but I think Addle might be the most, or at least more likely to get out of hand. Anyway, that's about... Oh, glad you and Meg got some water time, Dave. That sounds like fun. And that's about all I have for tonight. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
Thank you there, Eric. Yeah, it's I'll tell you, it was my first solo with Meg, and it handled pretty well. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about that cat yaw rigging, and a day or two later, I got home and I was on social media, and I saw this picture come up on Facebook. And it's a picture of the Fairport Lighthouse. And I see lots of pictures of the Fairport Lighthouse. It's my home port, and I belong to the Fairport Facebook page and that stuff. And I see this picture of the lighthouse, and then I say, that's me and Meg in front of the lighthouse. Some lady lives in a place up on the hill over the restaurant there. And she snapped a picture out of her living room window and put it on her page, and lo and behold, I find myself on somebody else's page, and it just confirmed my long-time theory that sailing is not a selfish activity on my part. I'm doing a community service. People who go to the shore and live on the shore expect a beautiful scenery, and that scenery should always include a sailboat, and I will be more than happy to do that job. Once again, if anybody feels like being scenery tomorrow afternoon, make sure you give me a call at the end of the net. Let's see, KE8YFO, you're up next. This is W8WKY with the Sarah Club Tuesday Night Net.
All right, W8WKY, KC8YFO. Hey, thank you so much. Let's see. First off, obviously, condolences, Gary. There, that is always hard. On a amateur radio side here, made APRS contact with the ISS yesterday. That was pretty cool. Just a APRS Digipede. Made 2 contacts on AO91 today and 1 on SO50, so that was very cool. Trying to still get into a little bit of the D-Star stuff, so I know you guys have some experts, but also became a member of Sarah today. So thank you very much for Nick for processing that. And hope to see you all at the meeting, the next one there at the Eagles. I do have third-party traffic. I'm trying to make it like a trend here for our answer, if that's all right.
Please go ahead.
All right, this is KC8YFO with third-party traffic for our trivia answer.
So our correct answer is E like Echo.
All right, E like Echo. Hey, thank you so much, everybody. 73s, and always a great net to join. Great job running it. KC8YFO, back to W8WKY.
All right there, Andrew. Thank you very much. We've got you marked down for Echo. Thank you for the third-party traffic, and we wish you all a best 73s tonight. Have a safe and comfortable evening. I'll tell you, this is the best time of year because you get some warm days and beautiful sleeping weather at nights. If we could keep this all year, it would be perfect. All right, Josh, W8HRF, you're up here next. This is W8WKY.
NT8D, W8HRF. Can you hear me all right there, Dave?
Q5 copy.
Beautiful. All right, I just got out of Lowe's with the most complicated Mother's Day gift buying experience ever, but we got it. And I'm not going to say what it is in case she's listening. Well, not my mother, but Lucy. Anyways, I'm going to go with, and I think the option was Addle. Probably not right, but it's fun to say if I can get it out. Oh, man. I don't have too much else to say after that experience in Lowe's. Basically, the thing I was trying to get was at the top shelf, and they had to bring over the largest ladder I've ever seen to get it out. So that was a lot of fun, and I am ready to head home. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to say 7 3s to everybody. Thanks for running the net, Dave, and wonderful trivia question to Eric there. We'll say 7 3s, W8HRF back to net control.
All right, sounds like an interesting experience there, and sometimes you have to make them earn their money. And I tell you, the comments been making me think. My dad is visiting my sister on the Isle of Wight for 3 weeks, and when he got there, she sent me a couple of pictures of him on his arrival and playing an accordion that he found when he got there. The smile on his face just moved me so much because I don't think I've ever seen him this happy since my mom passed a couple of years ago. And just seeing the smile on his face, I just appreciated it so much. And then with Gary today, it just especially coming from my particular philosophical perspective. Every moment you get to spend with the people you love are a permanent part of the universe. So appreciate them all you can. Looking forward to seeing you there, Gary. And you got me thinking tonight again. All right, we're down at the bottom of the list. We got one more, and then we'll make another call for check-ins. KE8YSO, Andy. Good evening. What do you have for the net tonight? Did we have a Yankee Sierra Oscar? I'm going to pretend we did mark them in and out. Anyways, this is WAWKY. This is Dave, your net control operator for this evening. This is the Sarah Tuesday Night Club Net, Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, for those who don't know Sarah. If you'd like to join us for tonight, if you're a club member, fine. If you're not, fine too. Please join us. Give me a call.
Kilo Echo Lake, Quebec Whiskey Echo.
Kilo 5, Charlie, Foxtrot, Yankee, Ray in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
KC8, Fox Queen Victor, KC8, FQV Mark.
Kilo Echo 8, Echo Hotel Golf, KE88C, Mike in Navarre.
Not sure if I made it or not.
UWE,
CFY, CFY, Kilo 5, Charlie, Foxtrot, Yankee, Ray in Tulsa.
Got you, Ray. We doubled that time, but I got you the first time. Anybody else? All right, nothing heard. Looking at the blue screen, let me just say I highly recommend the blue iguana. All right, Mike, before we go to our new check-ins here, let's go back to Eric, WAELM. It's been a while we've had to hear you, but, it's only once. Would you mind repeating the question again, please?
I will be happy to do so, Dave. This is WADLM. Little background, shortly after Captain Meriwether Lewis and his crew left on their famous expedition to explore the American West, they landed on Bruno's Island in the Ohio River, and there, during a weapons demonstration, an accident occurred that wounded a young woman onlooker. And your question tonight is, the accident involved which of the following weapons? A, a tomahawk. B, an atlatl. C, a bowie knife. D, a flintlock pistol. Or E, an air rifle. Those choices again are A, a tomahawk. B, an atlatl. C, a bowie knife, D, a flintlock pistol, or E, an air rifle. Back to net.
Thank you very much, Eric. I'm curious to find out the answer of this one. Yeah, definitely. I was thinking back to my musical conducting days and conducting Oklahoma, who was it? I can't remember the lady who did rifle stuff. It was pretty interesting, but we did a little research on her too. But good question, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you at the next meeting. But what do you have for us, and what is your answer to Eric's question? KE8QWE, W8WKY.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, Dave, and everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Trivia. I think I'm going to go with D, the flintlock. Hey, you never know. Crazy things happen. Speaking of guns, I went to the range today. Went through a bunch of ammunition. I actually hit the target, so which is good. I mean, I'm showing growth. Other than that, I haven't been up to a whole lot radio-wise. Been on several nets. I was on 15 meters today. That was not the most cooperative. Neither was 20. Neither was 80. And neither was 40. So I just kind of gave up. I got on my usual Wolverine net at 6 o'clock. It started out terrible with conditions being what they were. And by the time my turn came up, yeah, it had improved quite a bit. So other than that, I haven't been up to a whole lot. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great night. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to Whiskey 8, Whiskey Kilo Yankee. See you, folks.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Sounds like you had a good time. Just a friendly reminder to those who do shoot, just keep track of your lead. I came across a story just the other day about the restoration of the California condors that diminished to just a couple of hundred. Biggest threat to California condors is lead poisoning. So shoot all you want, just keep track of where it goes. Glad you had a good time there, Mike. Thanks for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Ray, join us, please. Let us know how Oklahoma is doing. We saw you guys had some severe weather out there. K5CFY from W8WKY.
W8WKY, this is K5CFY. Good evening, everybody. Dave, NT8D, thanks for running the net there. Did an awesome job as usual. Sorry to hear about Gary. Thoughts and prayers with that family. And Annie Oakley, I think is who you were trying to think of. Nick knew. But anyway, for my guess, I'm going to go with Tomahawk. I'm Indian, and so I think it's probably a Tomahawk. Anyway, thanks for letting me join in my other club's net here, and hope everybody's having a good time. We did miss some weather last night. It was north and west of Tulsa, about 50 miles, I guess, but it was definitely a big one. I was one of the net controllers for the National Weather Service, and we had a pretty good eye on it, and I think we gave them about a 10 or 15 minute notice that it was going to hit, and it was big. So there was one fatality, so with all that damage, only one fatality I thought was pretty good. Dave, thanks again, and by the way, great looking Meg there. I checked the Facebook deal out there and saw the boat. It looks great. So I've heard you talk about it. Finally got a good look at it. 73, everybody, take care. K5CFY.
W8WKY.
All right there, Ray. Well, thank you very much for your radio service out there. 50 miles, that's still a little too close for comfort, and glad you were likely able to help folk out there. Sorry to hear about the fatality, but seeing the damage, you got to count your blessings, I guess. But nice to have you aboard. I did get the Meg page updated. She's got her own web page, meg.space, and so now I have to start a new page out there for sailing adventures. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with a group called the Texas 200, but it's a bunch of guys down who sail the intercoastal in Texas in small, homemade, sometimes wooden sailboats, and they go out for week-long excursions and camping, and every year they do a 200-mile-long trip along the intercoastal down there. So if you're interested in just kind of catching other people's camping trips, check out the Texas 200. It's a fun group of guys. I like following them and what they do. But yeah, Meg's got her own page out there as well, and we hope to kind of mimic some of that up here on the North Coast, because we have the longest southernmost freshwater coastline in the world. We should have $1 billion coastline industry around here, folks. Oh well, maybe we might get there. Hey, Mark, you're up here next. You're getting up there towards Aurora, KC8FQV. This is W8WKY. What do you got for us tonight?
All right, Dave, KC8FQV. I think I'm going to just go with Charlie. And yeah, I do put condolences out for Gary and his family and the girls and everything. So, that's there. Yeah, I went up to the pharmacy. I said, oh, they used to close at 8. I got up there. No, it's 7 now. I don't know. I guess we're getting shorter on pharmacists, or I don't know. Our whole society is getting shorter. You know, yeah, no one wants to work. I don't know. I don't know how our society is going to function if no one works. It's not going to be. That's not going to work out, I don't think. Don't know. But I'll have to go back up tomorrow. Yeah, I ordered, I was at the doctor's office, the diabetes one, and I said, well, we need to get the pens, but we get them from Walgreens because Express Scripts wants to send me a 3-month supply. I don't need 3-month supply of pens for insulin. That's the backup plan. Matter of fact, one time I was talking to them, and them guys are idiots. I said, the backup, that's, and they said, oh, we don't know what that is, and so some of these people that work in these jobs, these jobs are nothing. They don't care. Sometimes it's better you go and talk to that rock they put in front of the school building for the kids to paint on. It's better to go to talk to the rock than to go talk to someone. But other than that, just trying to get this leg to heal. Yeah, so it's going to take a while, I think. Probably like Nick's arm. I guess we don't do things. Yeah, I was riding a little pony, only 3 foot. But, yeah, I did the wrong dismount. I got the wrong dismount. So that would happen. But everything else is going good. And, yeah, I checked into a few nets today. So we'll send it back to net control, Dave. Yep, I found your boat, a red lighthouse, red roof, out on a pier, and then your boat's in front of it. So, yep, that looks good. How did you find that? Was that just posted up on the Ashtabila's website as a new image that someone got? So, we'll send it back to net, KCFQV.
Roger there, Mark. Yeah, it just came up on my Facebook news feed, and so I downloaded it, contacted the lady, and sent her. She gave me her email address, so we're become at least acquaintances. So I invited her to come on board for a sail sometime if she ever feels like it, and it's a boating community up there. So she lives right next to a restaurant that I frequent, so I'll probably let her know when I'm coming up there. Maybe we can have a drink, go out for a sail. I don't know much about her, but if she feels like sailing, I like taking passengers out because sharing the joy of sailing. Most people don't understand how wonderful it is. So if you can get people to experience that, it's all worth it. We'll be up there again. Last time to probably announce it here. If you want to get up there tomorrow afternoon, give me a call at the end of the net. I got a tune-in mentor, and if I can get one person to crew with me, I'll tow the boat up there. But thanks for picking Charlie there, Mark. All the letters have now been picked. Ron, KD8, CBS is really going to be happy now. We picked all the letters. We got one more person on the list. We'll do a last call, and then we'll wrap this up. KE8EHG, Mike, good evening. You might be the end of the list. What do you got?
Hey, good evening, Dave. Good evening, everyone on the net. I don't know what's going on with Gary's family or what's that, but I hope things are going okay, and I'll find out here some way, somehow. But, I'll take Bravo. I have no clue. It sounds funky enough. I'll just guess Bravo. Been working outside and enjoying the weather and that. I guess we do have some thunder boomers coming our way. I heard some warnings going out and farther out and that kind of stuff, so who knows what will happen. They always say wait 5 minutes in Ohio, it'll change. So we're getting ready for graduation at school, keep bringing the school up and all that good stuff, mulching, and so I can't believe it. Another year has gone by. So celebrated my mom's birthday on Saturday. She turned a big milestone of 100 years old. She does very well for herself, and she was quite surprised. We had a good time. 7-3s, everyone. Stay safe. KE8EHG. Back to net.
All right, Mike. Thanks for this. That sounds like a fantastic celebration. You don't hear too many of those. So, celebrate, enjoy, and boy, when you count moments and you see how many you can fit into 100 years, man, that's wonderful. So, congratulations to you, your family, everybody involved, and thanks for sharing the news. It's really very happy news. Ray, Annie Oakley that was what I was thinking of, by the way. All right, I'm at the bottom of the list. All of the letters have been chosen. I'm sticking with my original, even though I got an inkling. But last call for check-ins. Anybody else want to join and say hello and answer Eric's question on the Sarah Tuesday Night Club net? Call now, please. All right, nothing hurt. Eric, I am going to choose D, Delta. I really like this B answer, the one I can't remember how to say it, or it sounds like really cute though. But I remember from the Oregon Trail Museum, the first major cause of death, in case anybody has never played the game, is of course disease, including dysentery. Number one. Number two, the second leading cause of death amongst those on the Oregon Trail was gunshot wounds. So I'm going to go with D, flintlock. See what happens. Could be wrong. I'm just kind of guessing on statistics. Eric, give us some questions, the answers, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right, thanks, Dave. This was a great response tonight to the question, and the story for the answer is very interesting, so I'm looking forward to getting to that. And I'll repeat everything again. Shortly after Captain Meriwether Lewis and his crew left on their famous expedition to explore the American West, They landed on Bruno's Island in the Ohio River. There, during a weapons demonstration, an accident occurred that wounded a young woman onlooker. This was very early in the trip, and Clark had not joined him yet. In 2001, I was able to travel out west and saw both Lewiston, Idaho, and Clarkson, Washington. They're twin cities right next door to each other, and that was fascinating. Anyway, we did very well tonight. The correct answer was E, an air rifle. And I want to especially thank KE8ARB and KA8MNT for laying down those red herrings that I am sure distracted a few people from the correct answer. But anyway, to the story of the rifle. When Captain Meriwether Lewis was a young boy, he was a great fan of comic books. Actually, I guess today they have renamed them graphic novels. That had an entirely different connotation for me, but whichever it was, anyway, he was especially a fan of the Geronimo comic books. And he saw an ad on the back that you could earn a Daisy Red Ryder air rifle. And some of you may have had those as kids. And he had to save up 100 pemmican wrappers. And when he got those pemmican wrappers, he sent them in via the Postal Service and received that Daisy Red Ryder, which he took with him on the trip. And if anybody believes that story, I've got some oceanfront property in Arizona that I'll sell you. So anyway, the true story is the Girandoni or Girandoni air rifle was accidentally discharged. It was in the hands of not of one of the crew, but one of the people that was attending the demonstration. And the ball that was discharged creased the skull of a young lady. She was not seriously injured. I think she was knocked down, but was revived fairly quickly. The rifle itself is a .46 caliber breech-loading repeater. It had a 20-round magazine on the side that could be charged, the rifle could be charged to a pressure of 800 psi, and all 20 rounds in the magazine could be discharged without requiring the air chamber to be recharged. The lead ball fired could penetrate a 1-inch pine board at 100 yards. The weapon was carried all the way back to the Pacific, and back, and is now housed in the National Firearms Museum in Fairfax County, Virginia. So if you want to check it out, that's a good site to go to. Girandoni air rifle. That rifle may have saved a lot of lives, even though it was never used to defend anyone on the trip. They would demonstrate it for each Indian tribe that they happened upon, and repeating rifles were not a common thing at that time. So when they saw this rifle activated, they had no idea how many of these rifles Lewis's crew carried with them. So it was something to kind of show overwhelming weapons. So it probably may have forestalled some possible attacks. Anyway, That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. W8WKY, this is W8ELM, 7-3.
Well, thank you, Eric. That was actually very fascinating, and as you're going through all the details, I mean, 46 caliber, that's, I've shot a 50 caliber muzzle loader, yeah, that's hefty. A repeating action, wow, that must have really mystified indigenous folk. And air rifle, that means you don't have to worry about your gunpowder getting wet. I mean, that sounds like the perfect rifle for such an expedition. So thanks, that was really interesting, fascinating. Got me thinking a lot. All right, we are close to the end of the net. Let me just ask if there are any other check-ins or any other announcements for the net before we close.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, WV3K, Phil and Canal Fulton.
As a check-in, Phil, would you do you have any comments?
Well, actually, Dave, I'm not sure if I have any comments to make. I just turned on the radio, got back home from a doctor's appointment and taking the XYL out to dinner, and we just got back. And I thought, gee, I see activity on the analyzer. Let me see, what's going on. What kind of traffic is there? And here we have a net going on. So I missed the beginning of that. Didn't hear anything with Newsline or anything. So I missed out. But nice to hear some activity. And Eric sounded really clear and good. Sounds like I heard the kind of trailing edge there of the question and the answer, which I found very fascinating. And I probably wouldn't have got the answer either, or myself rather. So I don't know. It was very interesting. I had a BB gun at one time and got it taken away from me because as a kid I didn't know how to behave, and I'd be shooting at the garbage cans across the street at near a neighbor's house, and sometimes the garbage can wasn't a direct hit, and a neighbor came walking up and knew who I was, reported it to my folks, and that was the end of that. So anyway, no damage done there as far as hurt my feelings real bad, except that I got in trouble. So anyway, it sounds like everybody's having fun, and I'm glad to hear that. Good news. It looks like my TOT is telling me that I need to give a reset. Okay, so anyway, I'd just like to say thank you for acknowledging my check-in. Sorry I didn't get to go from the beginning of the net, which I usually do enjoy, and I enjoy the Newsline as well. But I can always pick up reading about it on the email. Anyway, with that, back over to you, Dave, and thank you for asking for any possible late check-ins. So with that, WAWKY net, this is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, NTAD. Continue on, and it's good hearing your voice. You sound real good tonight. WV3K, and I'll be on the side.
All right there, Phil. It's a pleasure to have you aboard. Thanks for catching us, even if it is at the end. I think CXX, I believe, posts the recordings on YouTube. I've been seeing lots of Barometer Net and Beacon Net and net activity posted. So you might be able to catch up online if you look for it. Not sure if it's being recorded or not, but it might be. All right, so you are check-in number 37 tonight, Phil. Thank you very much. We're going to get ready to close this out. Any announcements? And if not, I'll just go ahead and wrap it. All right, I want to thank everybody who participated in tonight's ClubNet. It is your participation that makes this club what it is, and I have to tell you, since the time I joined, it has grown exponentially thanks to everybody in the club who makes that happen. It's a wonderful community to belong to. I mean that sincerely, and I'm honored to be part of it. Please join us at the club meeting at the Eagles Thursday the 16th. Join us on the barometer nets in the morning, beacon nets on Sunday and Wednesday, and the boredom breaker net on Wednesday afternoon. So, from the W8WKY repeater in beautiful Doylestown, Ohio, on the 147.390 megahertz machine, we want to thank you. We want to invite you to participate whenever you can, and we will now return this frequency to regular amateur radio use. 73 y'all, and again, thank you very much for being part of our community.
W8WKY. W8WKY, repeater PL1 14.8. W8WKY.
W8WKY. W8WKY. W8WKY. Repeater PL1 14.8.